Hello! It's so weird having these goggles on, or goggles, having these freaking headset on. I'm just gonna take it off for now. Hey guys, welcome back to Mountain Man Life. I am trying to decide how I want this video to go. It's gonna be a short one. Because it's basically just excitement, and it's basically a culmination of hesitation, excitement, intrigue. If you don't already know, the game that's on the horizon for most people is Crimson Desert, as you can see here. This game is insane. And in a second, we're going to watch the trailer and just have it play in the background. But Crimson Desert is what is being described as the "What is Crimson Desert?" Meme insert yes. It is coming out of left field from a studio that did Black Desert, which was a open world MMO style game, all online. And they started developing this game as like another culmination of that. And in turn, a few years ago, I believe, they got word that, like, this might not work as well as we want it to. So let's cut it and switch gears to single player. So they have this DNA of an MMO, and they were like, let's make it a single player. And so there was a trailer and some snippets that came out a few years ago, and people were like, this looks really cool, but it looked like an MMO kind of a thing. But then they started hearing, it's like, wait, no, this is going to be single player. And then word got out that it's like, oh, there's not going to be a store to, like, buy crap right out the gate. Like, it's not going to come with a bunch of BS right out the gate, kind of like Valhalla did for Assassin's Creed, where it's just like a bunch of paid things and boosters and things like that. Like, no, it's just going to be a one game. Also, the developers were very open with, I think it's Will Powers or Will Poulters or something, is interviewing a lot of people, and there's like genuine, like, here's the gameplay, here's like behind the scenes. Just a few weeks ago or a week ago, we got specs for what it's going to be able to drop, or what it's going to be able to play on, and how much they've been working on it. To run on different systems, and it's just this massive, like, hype snowball now. And the thing that's crazy is that we're on the fringe of it's tomorrow, so it's the 18th right now. I'm gonna drop this today. Everybody's like, what is this game gonna do for the future? That's my thought, because this is gonna do two things. It's either going to be like pretty good. I don't think it's going to flop. It's not going to flop. It's not going to flop. It's not going to be like, oh, it's just going to be like a 6 out of 10 and just die. That's not what's going to happen. The thing is that this is the second most anticipated game of 2026 besides GTA 6. And people didn't think about that like less than a year ago. They were like, nah, this looks good, but it's going to be a smaller... I think this game is going to get, like, mainstream audience in a sense of, like, if you liked Witcher, if you liked Skyrim, if you liked the Assassin's Creed games, if you liked Breath of the Wild, this fantasy RPG is going to get it, because, as you can see, there's dragons in this game, there's, like, steampunk mechs we've seen floating pyramids, like in the top right-hand corner here you can see. Where's my mouse? Up here. This is the Crimson Desert, or part of it. There's massive cities. Apparently it's twice as big as Skyrim, and bigger than Red Dead Redemption 2, which is also like that, like you'll see in the trailer. There's boss fights, there's Shadow of the Colossus. I'm actually going to have that play right now, I think. So yeah, I'll drop the trailer. Let me hit like and subscribe. Like and subscribe! But yeah, as you see, it's this like Nordic. You play as this guy named Cliff, Kliff, and he is representing a faction called the Greymanes, and his clan has been wiped out, and they're on the back foot, and he needs to unify his brothers and sisters together, and it just looks so freaking good. It's running really well. Yeah, there's a giant crab crystal thing. There's so many abilities that we see. Yeah, and this was just like a week ago that this came out. We've also know that there's 2 playable characters that you're going to be able to play in the game, and it's not necessarily like forced play like in God of War Ragnarok or the first new God of War on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5, where you play as Kratos, and then at some point in the story you have to play as Atreus. There we go. My brain was like, who am I thinking of? I'm sure they're gonna like make you play them for a second, but not like force you to play them for the rest of the game. And so, buddy Eli's texting about working out, which I almost forgot. But yeah, there's gonna be 2 characters you're gonna play. This like orc guy named Krug or Grug or something, and then a woman like blade dancer, and she's got like a gun or something and some magic powers. They actually look really cool. But yeah, this is not the video to get your 100 facts about Crimson Desert from me. But this is just me, like, my excitement. I probably am gonna stream it a bit. This might be the time that I open up my, like, I think this is called like Stone Mountain or Mammoth Mountain streaming thing. It's almost like an Elgato stream, like switching between different scenes and stuff. I've literally had this thing in a box for a year or 2, and I've never like gone through the work to set it up. So I might actually finally set that up and learn how to code it, which would be a whole nother animal. But anyways, about Crimson Desert, I'm excited for it. My fear is that it's going to do so much good that a lot of games for the next couple years that are in this realm are not going to... Yeah, there's a freaking jetpack. He was riding a dragon. There's these... Yeah, there's going to be these... secrets behind... It's literally tomorrow. I wish it could have dropped sooner, like on Wednesday or Tuesday, because it's Wednesday right now, and it drops Thursday afternoon. And it's like, imagine if they dropped this earlier in the week, because I'm on spring break. And look at this. Like, look at all these freaking... Sorry, guys. Look at all these PS5, Xbox. It's still going to run on the S, which is... I don't recommend. Steam, obviously PC. On the Mac store and on the Epic store. So they're putting this thing everywhere. They optimized it to work on freaking Mac. For Lord have mercy, man. Like, it is insane. So this is just like my thoughts going into this. The other thing that's just came out was... Hang on. The other thing that people are freaking out about is Crimson Desert and Denuvo. And so if you're not in the PC like gaming world, or you're just like dip your toe in it and play some like Fortnite and Marvel Rivals with your friends, Denuvo is a anti-cheat, anti-piracy type system that's built into the game. The problem is mostly in the past, it has slowed down the game and performance to where it's noticeable and it's annoying. And so they just came out with this report about Denuvo being added. Yeah, won't please everyone. My thought is that they came out with clarification and said, one of these, I want to see if they say, yeah. So one of these posts or a video or something, they reply back and said, maybe it was in a tweet, which I need to get X on here and just have it reply. They said that all the gameplay footage that they've shown, so like Digital Foundry did a video, all of that has Denuvo implemented in it. So when you saw how fast it was, how good it ran and everything, those are with Denuvo implemented into the game. So it's already, that was the biggest thing people's fear when they first heard about this, was it was going to make my game slow way down, get under like 60 frames here and there, and completely screw up everything. And so they've come out and said on X and on other interviews and little reports that that's not the case. They've done everything with Denuvo in mind. For me, I don't care. People with decent reasoning are like, this is a little fishy. Why did you wait till the last minute, till the last week before the game comes out to tell us about it? Because it's this like controversial like DMR thing. I think it gets into the like hardcore part of the game, and so they're like, oh, that's betray of trust that you waited to drop this. But I don't know, I'm excited for the game. That's my biggest fear, like I said, is that this game looks so freaking good, and it's not on Unreal Engine 5, it's their own Crystal engine, or no, it's their own like Black Power, literally is, or Black Diamond or something engine. I think that's what it's like, Black Engine, something like that. This is where they talk about the performance. That's the other crazy, like literally, there's so much about this game that is good, and that's the problem. In a sense, and when I say that's a problem, it's because games like, so Starfield just did their release, like, for their Starfield 2.0 update thing, and it's like, that game's just not gonna, I know it's a different style and it's space and it's more story driven, but it's also just like, I'm fearful for this game pulling the life, because now everybody's gonna expect it. Like, in some of the trailers, they show the, hang on, here's Digital Foundry's. This is on the PS5 Pro, so this is all running on the console for one. This is cool, but what I wanted to show was, they're showing the like Bug Hill with these like cybernetic steampunk robots that are flying around. And then he talks about, or he just runs across the map, just aimlessly wandering, which is what this game is going to be great for. He talks about how dynamic the guards are and how good they are at, like, actually apprehending him as Cliff. And then he shows this circus. And so this circus is freaking, all the characters are mocap. So every single one of these people that are sitting here. Now there might be some duplicates in the future that you're going to see of like somebody like a gardener, and they're in this town, they're doing the same action that the same like slightly different costume guy is going to do in this town. I get that. I'm prepared for that. But literally, like, every single one of these people, the guy's spinning the baton, the guy's dancing, those two people were in like a little warehouse together in a green suit, getting mocapped for this game. And so they probably spent a whole day of like, we're gonna do the circus for this, and we're gonna do this, and they spent the whole day. But the thing that like I want to show here is that he starts to talk about how he tries to swipe at the people, and at first the game just makes them like fall over, like, oh, you swing the sword at them and it makes you like miss and they fall over. But if you keep doing it, you get this like anger, like rage and you start to get more, and then you'll actually start to hit people. So in a second here, this like giant person comes into frame. Yeah, and so then he actually starts doing damage, and so now like he's trying to kill this big dude, and the dude's getting, he's like, hey, whoa, and he's getting chopped up, and so now he's like wanted by the town. And then look what these NPCs do. They don't just sprint in one direction and just flee. The system that they built has an integrated to where they're like, oh, the easiest way to get out of here is to go to the exit. And they look at them. The system makes them funnel out. And then the big guys like step in and they're like, we'll protect the little dudes. And so like this guy and this guard type bouncer dude comes in and freaking intervenes and says, I'll take care of you. And so it's like, when you have videos of people in Avowed where they're standing there like this, and then you can like swing your sword through them for one and it doesn't do anything, and then you can shoot your arrow through them and they don't do anything. And Avowed is like made by Xbox and it's a big branded game, and it just came out last year or 6 months ago or something, I don't even know. And it's all this different stuff. Like, people are gonna expect this depth. Like, they're gonna play a fantasy RPG or whatever, and it's not gonna have the same depth as this game, because unfortunately it was like being developed maybe a few years prior to this, and they're like almost done, and then it's gonna come out and they're like, crap. And so that's the other thing that I hope Crystal Dynamics, I believe is the publisher's name. Pearl Abyss, excuse me. I apologize. Pearl Abyss. And that was the thing. The only other game they had was Black Desert, and then they're dropping this. Like, it's insane. I don't want it to become necessarily the Unreal Engine 5 of like everybody uses it and it becomes like, oh, this was made by Pearl Abyss's engine and it's like slop and sucks. But I do hope they kind of like open the floodgates of access to some of the information. And if they need to sell the engine, obviously sell your engine. Like, you guys did a good job. It's like when car manufacturers, like when the Chevy or Big Block and all that, like when they sell that engine and that engine's put in everything, it's because it's good. This is one of those ones where it's like, I do hope that lots of people use this engine, because it's a big deal. So I am gonna stream it tomorrow when it drops. Everybody that's the other thing. Everybody, you're gonna see clips from this. I mean everywhere. It's if you're in a little bit of gaming, and what it's gonna be is like, I didn't know it was this good, is gonna be the premise of the videos. It's gonna be, I didn't know that this game was gonna be this good, and this game was like low on my radar, and those types of things. This thing too is like, these bandits see these dudes get their asses kicked, and then they flee. There's another scene which I thought was funny. Is it coming up? Yeah, right here. So he's kicking the butts of these frickin' bandits, and then he just eats him off a cliff. It's like, oh shit, George just went off a cliff. Come on, Fred, let's get out of here. Like, F this. Like, this, no. George just died. I'm not, like, literally, that's how I feel like every movie and every game of bandits should act. Like, if there's like 10 of you guys and you start like, oh yeah, we got this dude, this mofo's got some gold on him, we're gonna kill him. And then when a few of them die, or multiple of them die, I would be in the back and be like, oh crap, he's actually gonna kill us all. I don't think this is worth the 10 gold pieces I was paid to guard this area or something. I'd leave. Like, that is so real. Like, I feel like that's so real to me. And so those under the hood mechanics are going to be implemented in this game, and there's going to be thousands of different discoveries that people are going to make with little niches and things you can do that we haven't even cusped the surface. So it's going to be a wild ride. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. It's going to be one of those few like $70 games. I'm going to be like, buy it. You're going to get hundreds of hours for that 70 bucks. There's talks of free DLC that's going to be coming out. There's talks of replayability. There's talks of multiplayer and co-op play. There's talks of big expansions. And I think this is going to be I truly think this is going to be a generational game. Like, this is going to be, I think this is going to have similar impact of what it's going to do like Skyrim did. Like, Skyrim is still played today, and it was dropped in 2011. That was 15 years ago. So there's still going to be, I think there's still going to be people talking about this game for the next 5 to 10 years post-launch. In the sense of like how good it is, its engine, it's gonna create a new like baseline of like optimization, gameplay, graphics. Like, it's gonna be, is it as good as Skyrim? Is it as good as Crimson Desert? And Skyrim, now that we look at it, like, wasn't that crazy, but it was like what it opened up, it like brought the floor up and was like, okay, this is what Bethesda was able to do. And so that's like the Avowed, like the video, the Avowed said that like when they were showing people shooting the arrows and the individual arrows were like on this board in Skyrim in 2011, you could shoot individual arrows into like a post and it showed the arrows and then you could grab the arrows. In Avowed, it was like and it was like nothing, like no arrow registration. You couldn't like recollect your, and so it's like little stuff like that, and people don't think about it at first, but it's like that's a big deal in realism of like, oh, I shot a wolf and I'm able to go re-pick up my arrow from that wolf like in real life. And that was a game from 2011, and then games from 2020 or 2025 can't do that. So yeah, I think Crimson Desert's going to unfortunately do that, which is a good thing for us gamers. We're going to eat well, but it's going to be a bad thing because it's going to take a while for games to be brought up to that level of not requirement, but level of expectations now. So, all right. See you guys online. Hopefully you like, share, subscribe. I'm going to be streaming this game, and see you guys on the Crimson Desert.